My dear friends, happy Christmas to each and every one of you. It is a time of joy. It is a time of happiness. It is a time of celebrations. Today I would like to begin my little reflection with a little incident that I heard once. A young lady, quite rich lady, she used to go for shopping, and she goes to one of the malls which she was very familiar with. She always expected that mall to have certain things which he cannot find elsewhere. Therefore, during Christmas, she enters that mall and she's so very happy. Everything is new. There are new bottles of liquor, new clothes, new decorations, everything as she always expected. She goes around smiling and sometimes greeting people Happy Christmas. And as she moves, she comes to a little place where a little crib is kept. Crib, well decorated, Jesus and Mary and little baby Jesus. As she looks at the crib, she's a little upset. She just walks from there and comes back to the counter where she knew the man who owned the shop. And she goes and sits with him, says, "Happy Christmas to you. I'm very happy that this time you have brought so many new things. There's plenty of choice today. But since I know you well, I want to ask you one question." Says, "Yes, ma'am. You are our regular customer and we really depend upon you. Tell me, what is it?" She says, "Look, why do you drag the church in your shop?" Said, "Church? What do you mean?" "Well, if you don't mind, I didn't like that little crib kept in between all those beautiful things. You know, I'm a good Christian, but I would like that these things should be kept in a church, not over here. The beauty of this place is simply spoiled." And this man who knew that lady well, he said, "Madam, if you don't mind, I would like to talk to you for a minute. Would you mind?" She said, "No, okay." She says, "Madam, this shop where we have was started by my great grandfather. When he came over here, he came from a village. And when he began his business over here, it was a failure. He tried a lot, but his business would not improve. But he continued. One day he met one of his close friends and he told him, 'Yeah, look, I am doing everything to improve my business, but I feel I am a failure.' And then his friend says, 'Look, if you don't mind, I want to give you a secret. And that is, look, you are a Christian, I am a Christian. But someone had told me, if you trust in the Lord, you will get everything.' And therefore, I began to go back to the church. I began to do everything. In the beginning, it was a failure, but slowly I began to realize that my business is improving. There was one thing that I had learned, that if I go to the church, I must also live like a good Christian. In other words, I should be honest. I should do my business in a very honest way. And then things did improve. My great grandfather learned that lesson. And from then onwards, he said, doesn't matter if I earn less, but I will walk in the footprints of the Lord. The same thing he told my grandfather, the same thing he told my father, the same thing we have continued to this day. Madam, We were a small family. We came from a village. We didn't make a lot of money, but we are a happy family today because our business is running very well. But one thing we have kept in mind, that we will always walk in the footprints of the Lord. Not only we will be the church goers, but we will also live according to the values of Jesus Christ. And to a large extent, I think we are doing this. And therefore, I feel not only successful, but I feel happy and joyful. I know you are our dear customer, and you might have felt bad that I had kept that little crib over there. But for that little babe Jesus, who is born in that Christmas crib, our life would have been useless. This shop, this family, and me are here because of him. And therefore, even if people don't like it, I would like to continue. And I would like to continue in his footprints. For me, that is greater than anything else. My dear brothers and sisters, this little story or little incident makes me and you rise up from our seat and say, well, what is Christmas? We would like to have Christmas without Christ. We would like everything else. The beauty of Christmas, the joy of Christmas, the dance of Christmas, the drinks with it, the cakes cutting, the wishing, but not Jesus. Because Jesus calls me to be like him, to share my life, to share with the people who may not have everything, to share my happiness with others. Jesus calls me to be like him, sometimes to accept poverty, sometimes to accept hardship with joy and happiness. Once I do that, my Christmas becomes doubly joyful. I may have troubles. I may not have all the pleasures that I could get by cheating, but there will be great, great joy in my heart. प्यारे भाई और बहनों, आप लोगों को ये कहानी या इंसिडेंट समझ में आया होगा। वह स्त्री जो कि जिसके पास सब कुछ था, वह प्रभु को नहीं चाहती थी, कम से कम वहां पर नहीं चाहती थी। उसको लग रहा था प्रभु को वहां पर रखना अच्छा नहीं है, उसको केवल गिरजाघर में रखना है। लेकिन उस आदमी ने कहा, मैं उसको यहीं रखूंगा क्योंकि वह मेरा दिल का राजा है और इसीलिए उसके रास्ते पर चलने के लिए मैं तैयार हूं, चाहे कुछ भी हो। यही मेरे लिए क्रिसमस है। अगर प्रभु नहीं है तो क्रिसमस बिल्कुल नहीं है। यही वो बताना चाहता था। प्यारे भाई और बहनों, प्रभु का रास्ता प्यार का रास्ता है, प्रभु का रास्ता क्षमा का रास्ता है, प्रभु का रास्ता एकता का रास्ता है और इसी में हमारी खुशियां हैं, इसी में हमारा जीवन है। जब हम इसको अपनाते हैं, ये खुशियां कोई भी हमसे छीन नहीं ले सकता और हमारी खुशियां उस पवित्र परिवार के समान होंगे जहां पर गरीबी थी, जहां पर शायद बदबू भी थी, जहां पर इतना लाइट यानी रोशनी नहीं थी, लेकिन उस अंधकार में भी ऐसी रोशनी थी, ऐसा देदीप्यमान वहां पर माहौल था, शायद दुनिया में कहीं और नहीं था। इसको अपनाने के लिए ही हम क्रिसमस मनाते हैं। तो आइए आप और हम मिलकर क्रिसमस मनाएंगे और जो खुशियां हमारे दिल में हैं उसको हम दूसरों से बांट लेंगे ताकि हमारे खुशियां दुगनी हो जाए। तो आई विश ईच एंड एवरी वन ऑफ यू वंस अगेन अ वेरी मैरी क्रिसमस। गॉड ब्लेस ऑल ऑफ अस।